What your R6 main says about you. We reacted to a video by Anifex of this not too long ago, and people seem to like it a lot and wanted my own version, so we're making it right now. Lock the frick in. But real quick, if you're watching on YouTube or on the stream right now, comment your operator main right now, because when I get to it, I'm gonna spill the beans for you. And let's try to hit 1,000 likes on this video. But let's go from attackers to defenders first. Striker, you're low-key smart, because a lot of people who play Striker know it's just only utility. Yeah, you get the M4, but like you get grenades, a heart-breaching gadget. You're kind of forced to use the gadget, or otherwise you're just gonna be useless. Usually these are like the team players of the team, and I've never really seen a brain dead Striker. They've always like gotten something open or destroyed. Sledge, low-key, if you play Sledge, you have like pretty decent gunplay. I rarely see like bad Sledges. Obviously if I'm in like lower ranks, they're gonna be a little bit bad, but like most of the time they are using the hammer here and there. I mean, the L85, they always guaranteed to take down at least 1 or 2 kills. But yeah, otherwise you might be an old head, just be like Sledge's OG, you don't like Ram. Yeah, I think Sledge is just like a solid, you're getting 2 kills minimum before you die, and it's really hard to lose a fight. Thatcher, dude, I'm a little cap. I feel like every time I play a game with someone, they're always that, like the toxic person is always Thatcher for some reason. Like the toxic random, he's just, I don't know, bruh. Or like if you play Thatcher, like you might think he looks a little cool from like other games, like I don't know, Call of Duty or some shit. But like you low-key the old head, bruh. Like you play Thatcher because you think the EMPs help, but you don't realize that secondary EMPs are a little bit better. But you kind of just play them just because you know you like just the SAS, you know, you hate fucking laser sights. But yeah, I feel like whenever I get arguments in game chat, they're always playing Thatcher. But I hate it when you think that when you spawn in to help get the wall open, you spawn across the map and you turn it into Rainbow Six cardio, bro. You're a 3 armor running across the room, running across the map, bro. It's fucking annoying. Usually they got their head on straight for the most part. Don't even get me started, bro. Ever since I've been competing in this game, I hate Ash mains. Obviously if they're good on my team, but like I hate like Diamond and low. No, I feel like Ash mains in like maybe Emerald or lower, it's like they have decent gun skill, but like they try to flick too much. And they're also the first ones dead because they Ash charge a barricade to go through. Why are we Ash charging a barricade to go through into 2025? You can just punch it and just 2-punch it and or shoot it and vault it. There's so like a barricade takes 2 seconds to break. Ash charge, if anything, it's probably the same amount of time. Like why don't we use it to at least destroy a few things here and there before dying? Like the entry frag is just they just crouch walk, they don't drone, they're allergic to drones. I hate it. But sometimes Ash mains can be good if they're properly used for entering and all that. They usually take at least 1 or 2 kills down before they die because they have the R4C. Thermite, ooh. Okay, bro, I'm not gonna cap. There's like 2 sides of Thermite. One, like you are like low-key a fragger. Like once you get the wall open, you're guaranteed to get like 1 or 2 people dead off the breach. Sometimes you'll get the plant down. Otherwise, bro, if they got the shotgun on, bro, I don't know whether, bro, it's wraps. Or like if their aim is so atrocious, like the recoil control, oof. But low-key, like Thermite, again, another solid operator. Not much to say about him, you know. It just sucks he's banned all the time. But, you know, I feel like Thermite's always like our team players sometimes too. And they give decent call outs. But if they don't call out, they're just gonna go fucking, I don't know. They're just gonna die first as Thermite. Twitch. Okay, we got 2 different Twitch mates. If you're running the DMR, you're gonna get at least 1 kill. Because like if you just breathe on the enemy, you get a kill. You're typically getting, you know, get rid of enemy gadgets, opening the mirrors. But if they got the F2, woo, I just know they are like old players coming back to the game. Dude, if you're using the F2 on Twitch in this meta right now, on PC, on console, I know you can get away with it because PC or console's less recoil. But PC, dude, that recoil is going to the roof, man. You're not getting a single kill. If your last alive is equivalent to seeing someone with a Jinxie charm on. But I mean, Twitch is solid. It just sucks when the last alive baiting on the roof. I hate it, bro. Monty, your mom didn't love you. Your dad left you. He went to go get the milk and never rotated back to site. Why are you as Monty, you know, like just you do nothing but just punch the enemy down? Rarely you're ever even like near your teammates. You're just kind of like, yeah, it's just like post plan 2, bro. You know what's crazy? I feel like a lot of people who go Monty are not even the people who are like 0 kills. The people with 0 kills are like auto lock and Ash every time. Monty, the people who play Monty are always like the middle fraggers. The people who are like 3 and 7 on the scoreboard, which is decent. But like, you know, sometimes people, you know, as Monty, like your pistol aim it's okay. You know, you're not really taking map control. Glaz mains, okay, low key in this meta now, if you're playing Glaz, I actually know you are probably going to get at least 1 kill. Because again, it's very strong DMR. People be swinging a lot nowadays, so it's kind of easy for targets to come to you. I like really never really see bad Glaz mains though. Like if they run grenades, I just know they're just playing Glaz with the gun. But yeah, I feel like Glaz mains are guaranteed to get a kill when the smoke comes up. I'm okay with it though. Fuze? Whew. I don't know what it is with new players and like low rank players. Like there's attracted to playing Fuze. Fuze is like the most vulnerable character you could play. He's slow. When you put the gadget down, you're just so oblivious and it's so easy to flank you. But otherwise, if they play Fuze correctly, he's melting people down with the AK-12. I don't know. Whenever I see a Fuze last alive, I don't really have a lot of hope either. He's just such kind of a newbie character when used incorrectly though. I mean, you could say that for all operators, but you're better off just picking someone with grenades at the point. Blitz. Okay, bro. If you play Blitz, I know you got like, you're an ex-champion player. You're just sprinting the enemy and you're just fucking bam, 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 bam. Flash him. Fucking it's just playing Blitz is fun, but playing against a Blitz is not fun. I don't know. I feel like you have the people who have the best aim play Blitz because you have more of a fraggier approach. You know, your whole point is to win gunfights. Honestly, like Blitz is not the most unemployed operator out there. There's worse. We're gonna get to that soon. But yeah, Blitz, you're usually entry fraggers who want to play like a shield, basically. IQ. I'm not gonna lie, IQ players do frag out. I mean, whenever I'm expecting an IQ player, they're never using the gadget. They're always using the G8 or just the main gun. If they pull out the gadget, they don't even shoot anything. I don't know. I just don't see them pull out their gadget as much, but she's not played that much. I feel like IQ, you kind of like, you like entry fragging, but you don't want to play Ash, so you kind of use IQ to feel a little bit better about yourself. Buck, oh. I have to agree with Anifix on this one, but I've never seen a bad Buck player. Like, using the shotgun, it's really hard to misuse the shotgun. You're either breaking a wall or killing someone. Otherwise, you don't really have an excuse to pull it out. If anything though, no, I take that back. I like never see people do correct vertical with Buck. I actually don't remember the last time I've seen someone do vertical with Buck. Maybe like opening some walls here and there, but a lot of people use Buck as this kind of like oh, I forgot to have a shotgun, instead of like okay, I'm using a shotgun to make it rotate. They're like very unconfident with themselves, I feel like. In the hands of a right Buck player, I'm probably losing the gunfight like 50 out of 50. Not only were you dropped as a baby, but you were given to the orphanage, but the orphanage was like, oh my god, this baby stings so much, so we're gonna drop it off to the dumpster. And then somehow the dumpster, you know, bats took you up, and then they turned you to Batman. But then Batman realized that, oh my god, I hate my life. So Batman went homeless. And after he went homeless, he's like, you know what? I got some extra tech. I'm gonna play BB. Not only you love to abuse a melee priority, and it makes it almost impossible to counter him, but unless you don't get shot, bro, dude, you're just there to ruin people's day. Like the people who just got off work after a long shift, but I'm gonna play some Rainbow Six Siege. You are the person who gets them off. You are the stack disbander, all right? You are the reason why everyone's saying ban BB after you just got a couple kills with them. But yeah, you're just scrolling TikTok and you don't know how to use a shield correctly, and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna play BB. Capitao, low key, you have the whole round planned out. You know exactly where you're gonna smoke. You know exactly where you're gonna freaking fire off. You're usually like alive for a long time, unless it's like garage rafters on Clubhouse. You're just dead for some reason. You die trying to shoot your fires, but usually they're pretty well thought. Hibana, I rarely see bad Hibana players. I just hate it when Hibana players see the new TikTok method of, oh, I'm gonna make the wall soft, and then they just end up spending like their entire round and all the pellets trying to open up the wall even worse and worse and worse. But I rarely see bad Hibana mains. You mean you're playing an operator with a pretty efficient utility, so. Jackal, you're getting a guaranteed killing the roam. I don't know why. I think it's just the aura of him. I think he's got a really good gun, and yeah, I mean, I don't see Jackal very often, but he typically does the job. It's pretty easy to use him. You're kind of an OG player who doesn't really know much about Deimos. That's really at this point. Ying, you have a really high sense and you miss a lot of your shots. Like you have very shaky operator gadget utility. Like you're like throwing the Ying like this. You don't really play off your Yings too much. You kind of just like throw them around. But if used correctly, you're swinging with your dick out. But yeah, I don't really, Ying players aren't really that like, they're usually kind of smart. They're not really brain dead because like you're pushing off utility automatically. So Zofia, you're an OG player. You didn't realize that Zofia got like 5 nerfs. She's slow now. Her gun has a lot of recoil. But yeah, Ash or Buck was taken, so you kind of have to play Zof now to open up stuff, or you're facing up against a Clash. But low-key, I feel like a lot of people play Zofia still are console players, and you're kind of like middle-aged. You're like you're in your mid-20s when you play Zof. Dokkaebi, dude, don't even get me started, bro. Let the sky fall when you crumble. Dude, people who play Dokk are most of the time just... they don't know when to press the brakes, bro. They don't know when to. They just swing, SMG 12, SMG 12, SMG 12. At least they call people, but you're like a wannabe stomping Kronos, fucking like Spoit, Uzi maybe. Like you just purely use SMG 12. Usually you frag out though. You have good gun skill because if you play Dokkaebi, you have to have good gun skill. Although you are brain dead, your kills make up for your brain dead tendencies. Lion is always, you're like last alive because you're trying to like bait out a cutoff, but you always get like 1 kill at the end. But yeah, you kind of just pop a Lion when you think shit's going down. Otherwise, you're just there for fun. Finka, oh my god, people who don't use the LMG and use a spear. If you use a spear, sometimes I do see you just have awful recoil. The gun has a lot of recoil. You're drawing an outline around the enemy, but you don't Finka boost until your teammates are literally spamming, like crowding the mic. Boost, 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 boost. And you're like, oh, I forgot I have boosts. But yeah, I feel like if you play Finka, you're just, I don't know. You just think she's cool, but you're just not very good of a player at times. Unless you're me though. Maverick. I feel like a lot of people who play Maverick do not know what they're getting into. I feel like a lot of people who play Maverick think, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make a small hole and just make them, glory hole them. But for some reason, you're super inconsistent with opening the wall. You don't even make the wall soft. You just kind of like Mav a ton of holes in there and just kind of hope for the best. That's all I can really think about Mav mains, honestly. Nomad. When I see a Nomad main, they're low-key fragging out. Air jabs are typically helping out a lot, even if they're bad air jabs, but you're usually watching the flank pretty well though, I would say. When you bring Nomad, you're making sure the flank's good, but I don't really have an issue with Nomad mains. I don't really think they're just there, man. You know what I'm saying? Gridlock. Woo! You're definitely an OG console player, and you just play Siege for the love of the game, honestly. Usually, like, people who play Gridlock are pretty laid back. They're just kind of there to get their exit frags and farm the F90 on the enemy. But yeah, they're just very slow, I'd say. And for some reason, you might have a big appetite when playing Gridlock. But Nokk, I feel like a lot of times when people play Nokk, they kind of forget they have the ability, or they use the ability too late. It's like, I don't think they realize they need to activate the ability before walking to a default camera. Like they'll see like they're getting spotted, and then they'll turn on the gadget and like just it'll be too late. But usually they get their entry, they get their frags. I don't have an issue with Nokk mains. They're harmless. Oh my god, bro. Don't even get me started. You're just brain dead, bro. If you play Amaru, it's very rare that like you play Amaru to get in the building fast. And yeah, they might get an entry pick here and there, but why are you playing Amaru when you have the diffuser and it's like you're 0-6. It's 4-4 overtime match point. Why are you playing Amaru? It didn't work the first 3 times. Why do you keep going? Why do you keep playing her? Pick someone else, bro. Pick Monty. But yeah, you're just kind of like, you don't listen to anyone. You're just kind of like, fuck it, bro. I don't care. I'm gonna go in. So you're just kind of like it is what it is type shit. Callie, you definitely think you're the American sniper, but in reality, you miss a lot of shots and you're last alive a lot because you spend too much time trying to get 1 kill when you don't realize you need to go help your fucking team. But yeah, I think a lot of Callie mains are they're just too far off site, man. You're too passive of a player. Iana, we all know you're playing Iana on the last run for the MVP screen, which doesn't exist anymore. But if you use the 2B skin, you're definitely a gooner. But if you use regular Iana skin, then you're probably dropping frags, bro. You're like dropping 9 kills in the first half. But yeah, usually Iana players, I don't really have an issue with them. They're like kind of like in the Dokkaebi range of just being a fragger. Ace, low key, you're getting 2 kills before you die. Same thing. Gun's so good, very hard to misuse the utility. But if you main Ace, You're kind of like an emerald player that plays stretch res, gets like his first 2 kills, but doesn't really know how to execute out the round with his team. So yeah, he's kind of like I'm just playing him for fun, playing him because he's easy, and you typically go positive. Okay, listen, I'm a 0 main, guys, but dude, the people who play 0 are expecting like to play. It's like when the Battlefield players expect for Call of Duty players to play the game correctly. With 0, bro, I feel like you're playing because you feel like you're in a Batman campaign story mode. You're not him, buddy. You're not James Bond. All right? You're not John Wick. So, with that being said, put the fucking suppressed pistol away, bro. Put that shit away. Just put the Gon 6 on, bro. And these guys religiously run the MP7 with like iron sights and suppressor, or like ACOG suppressor. I don't have an issue if you prefer the MP7, but like, bro, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's the silver mains that Glaz 0 MP7, but like they're in silver. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're just playing him for the plot at that point. Flores, you're getting 2 kills before you die. I don't know. Flores mains usually crack out, but I don't really like it when Flores mains don't target utility. It's kind of like they just get their shit shot, or they're just kind of blowing up barbed wire here and there. Like, get the shield, bro. Get the bandits off the wall. But yeah, when they pull out the pistol, it's cooked. They got suppressed pistol. When they pull this shit out, you know you lost. They're missing every single shot. But yeah, they typically have a really high sensitivity for some reason. I don't know why. Low-key Flores is kind of underrated, bro. I kind of forgot about him. Osa, I feel like when you play Osa, people kind of just panic. They don't really know. They kind of use a shield as like an offensive shield when they really use a defensive. But yeah, usually they're just same scenario. You just last alive a lot. Shit, yeah. I don't think you don't really have crazy mechanics. You kind of just like to sit back. Sens, you're like bottom of the scoreboard, bro. You're just, yeah, I don't know. I really see him played, but it's typically not very good. Grim, for some reason they always have the champ logo. They're like an ex-champ Smurf. You're low-key kind of smart. You watch Macy J and you're like, okay, I'm gonna be this, be that, and you're always getting the plant down. Like when you play Grim, you take the diffuser because you know you're getting that shit down. Brava, low-key Brava, you're like top fragger sometimes. You prefer the AR over the DMR, and you just love ruining Maestro's day. Ram, you're low-key a fragger, man. Like Ram, it's like guaranteed at least 1 or 2 kills because the R4C. I just hate it when they don't make vert. I hate it when they do it. They just like, yeah, they just don't. Yeah, you're kind of like, you feel guilty about playing Ashe. You think Ram is a little bit more self autopilot. But yeah, usually you're a pretty good player if you play Ram though. Deimos, I ain't gonna cap. I'm a Deimos main. I'm gonna speak on my behalf. You're your aura. You're max aura, bro. You're always killing the roamers. Usually they don't do anything crazy though. I'm always crazy on Deimos though. I'm gonna keep glazing myself on that. Yeah, Deimos mains, you're guaranteed to kill whoever you track. It's just that is you're a badass. Raoura, I feel like you don't have the best. You die a lot. You just die very inconsistently trying to roar a door, and when you end up roaring a door, it's just kind of useless. But yeah, you just spam the DMR is what I see people using a lot. Nothing crazy about him though. All right, that's all for the attackers. Sentry, I mean, I feel like Sentry, you kind of like picked him for like, you're trying to cook up a strat with Sentry, like a C4, maybe something of that nature. It kind of works, but like he's kind of just like he's kind of a situational op. He's kind of a one trick. Smoke, you are an OG player. You know to sit behind cover a lot with your shotgun and SMG-11 out, or when throwing a smoke grenade. You know how to play time. You know how to play objective. But yeah, you're guaranteed to get at least like 1 or 2 kills with your SMG and shotgun. Even if you have bad mechanics, you're just OBJ final boss, bro. Yeah, you're sweaty when you play smoke. Mute, I'll be honest, I rarely see bad mute mains unless they just don't know how to control the SMG-11. If they have the MP5 equipped, I know we lost. I know they're putting jammers in the most absurd spots. Like they're putting them super shallow in sight. But yeah, if they got that, yeah, they're usually fragging out though. They're usually playing shotgun close up. You watch a lot of Jinxie too. Castle, you got no mic. It is you against everyone. You're castling teammates out of sight. You're castling enemies off so they can't see you in your lower corner. You make more holes than you need to. You think you're playing a comm strat when the enemy, your team is just playing as a chill out. You're open up the entire site. You're castling every entrance in the site. I don't know. You're trying to make the OBJ one big room. I don't understand. Pulse. Back in the day, you would play, if you're a Jinxie fan, you say Cardiacs answer deployed. Otherwise, you stop playing Pulse like once you reach plat. you stop playing him. He's just kind of like, they're usually too far away to make a play off your sensor anyways. Otherwise, in low ranks, it's always some like, not middle-aged dude, but like some like late 20s dude who is low-key kind of smart at Siege, but they're like max gold, but they're very chill and they get C4 kills a lot and wallbangs. Doc, you gotta get PTSD when you hear a knife sound because you're like, oh my god, does someone need a fucking heal? But then they're just doing something random. You sometimes hoard a lot of your stims for your spawn peaks, but most of the time you're healing your teammates. You're always looking around to make sure who needs it healed. Not all Doc mains are bad, but yeah, you're kind of just like, you're kind of just there just to play someone easy. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, yeah, you're crushing the fuck of the ACOG. Rook. Seeing Rook is on the equivalent of seeing a Jinxie Charm in the last clutch. You know the guy's not winning. I'm hearing Rook scream, ah, more than bullets being shot. You're going to be left in a 1v4, and then you're going to start shooting at an enemy not looking at you, or you're going to miss all your shots. And then, yeah, it's just round lost. Whenever I see Rook last alive, it's just guaranteed round loss. If you have the shotgun, I'm probably just like, I've just lost all the hope in you. But yeah, like usually, I mean, sometimes they kind of get some kills with the MP5, but it's never really a good look. You're always in the corner looking at the ground. Kapkan, Loki, you love just like playing passive and seeing your Kapkan trails get kills, like watching fucking Bitcoin go to the moon. You're just watching their money sign in your eyes, and you love just hearing your traps go off, and then you just love finishing them off when they're close. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of bad Kapkan mains. They're usually just roaming too far off site. Tachanka, oof. I mean, I rarely see Tachanka, but when I do see him, it's they got the Schminka out, and it's like 30 seconds left in the round, and they still got a full set of Schminkas. Not a single one has been fired. You have to like go on game chat to remind them, hey, you have fucking fires, use it. Oh yeah, okay. And then you start flaming off like 5 things in one spot. It's fucking annoying. Jager, you were low-key the carry of your team back in the day, but you kind of still play him because you're an OG. No new players play Jager though. Yeah, he's definitely an OG. I don't really ever see bad Jager players. They're always like just sweaty and good. Bandit, honestly, you always miss your C4, but sometimes you'll kind of like stay up, be live in a 3v2 to like get the last 2 kills. Not bad though. I don't really have an issue with Bandit mains. Frost is on the, oof. They're, I don't know. You always put the deployable shield onto the door and put the frostmelt under it like it's fucking 2017. If you do that, just go ahead and refund it for me, okay? But if you get past that, I don't know. You're always just camping in a spot, just kind of like holding down a fort like you're an Arch Tower in Clash of Clans. You sometimes get kills here and there, but you typically have very bad aim. Valkyrie, Loki, you're kind of a fragger. You know exactly where to put your cameras at. You kind of know like I'm gonna see you for below, and you're kind of killing off anyone that comes to come find you. You're usually getting the first 2 picks of the round though. W Valk though. Don't have an issue much with them. Cav, why are you picking Cav in basement? Why are you picking Cav on a basement site? Your entire team's getting fucked on site, and what do you just decide to do? And it's like, you always try to be too sneaky behind someone, and by the time you start shooting at them, you shoot like a circle around them, and you miss every single shot. But yeah, you're always very greedy for interrogations though, which kind of makes you play just, you're just offside too much. You're playing too passive, and then your team just gets fucked. Echo, you're low-key a round saver. I do see a lot of Echo mains, like, they don't only deny plant, but they're just last alive a lot, which is kind of good, and kind of, you know, meant what they're supposed to do. But yeah, I don't really have an issue with Echo mains. Like, you're always kind of either stunning the enemy or something like that, but you're still like annoying them a little bit, which is good. But yeah, usually you're kind of holding down a certain spot, so I don't have a problem with you. I'll leave you alone. Mira mains, oof. I don't know if you just got off TikTok or something, but like, I swear to God, they have the most atrocious and non-default mirrors ever. Like, people put mirrors in like, I don't know, they're like, it's always like, you ask them, Mira, what are you doing? And they always say one line, let me cook, bro. Trust me, bro. It'll work. Why are we trying to innovate Mira? There's only like 2 or 3 mirror spots max in the site that you should do. Why are you putting it in random spots, bro? Yeah, you always think you're gonna cook, but it ends up getting shock droned when you're not paying attention. Legion, you know, you have a Boba charm on, you're 6'4", you're handsome, you're rich, typically top frag most of the time. Yeah, man, you love ABGs. Yeah, Legion, he's just good everywhere, bro. Ella, if I had to describe it, it's like, you know, when people are trying to grab snakes and like it fucking wobbles around and you're trying to like make sure the head doesn't like bite your hand. That's what it feels like when I'm watching someone control her recoil. It's like they get lucky headshots every single time. It's very rare, or like you're going for a one tap with the pistol randomly and then you just die. It's very rare that you use the utility correctly. So yeah, you're always trying to play Ella for the clip. You watch too much Godly and Bolo back in the day. Vigil, you don't talk. You don't calm, bro. You're just focused on just killing at people. You just want to see the enemy burn. You're winning every gunfight almost. It's not even a boss G crutch. Like you're just playing Vigil just to like be a rat, and it ends up working out a lot. So yeah, you're like gonna get a kill guaranteed. Maestro, honestly, you're low-key kind of like not creative, but you know what you're doing with Maestro. Like it's very rare to see bad Maestro mains. But if you put the gadget down, just guarantee a bulletproof camera and you can shock some people. But yeah, usually Maestro, you're kind of holding down sight, but you might die if you're getting killed because you're on cameras too much. But yeah, you're typically a pretty well-rounded player. Alibi, if they're using the Prisma, they might frag out here and there. But I mean, she's just kind of like a ghost pick. It's kind of like a random pick. Usually it's always the randoms that play Alibi. Like my solo queue teammates. I don't know. I feel like you're kind of just she's in the same scenario of like Dokkaebi or something like that, where you're just playing for frags. I don't really have an issue with Alibi players though. They're not really that bad. I mean, I don't really bug me that much. Clash. I'm not sure why you think getting close to the enemy is a good idea. Like even with a Clash rework, I feel like people just don't understand the difference, like how to play a 1v1 with her. You always think, oh, I'm just gonna shock the enemy to death. As long as I keep my shield up, I'm like Monty. Bro, if they get close to you and you're not shocking them, you lost. They're gonna punch you, shoot you in the leg. Like you don't have any personal distance. There's like personal distance is left to chat, dude. But yeah, you're awful in 1v1s. But typically, yeah, you just push up too far up. Cade mains, you kind of have some good comp spots to Cade the wall, but if you're using this gun, this is equivalent to seeing Rook last alive. Hold on. We gotta make the perfect loadout. Chat, if I see, fuck, what am I doing? If I see this last alive, this specific loadout, no, hold up, put extend no barrel on that bitch. Put a horizontal grip. Yeah. If I see this loadout last alive, it's equivalent to seeing Rook last alive. They're shooting flies when they see people. Like the recoil goes, and then it's just round lost. They're always back armory in clubhouse or something like that, and they're kind of just there to they're there to have fun. But yeah, I feel like a lot of Cade mains are just lost, and they put Cades on like the most atrocious spots ever. So you're either super lost or you're playing Cade because you want to be a fragger on support. Mozzie, you like the, what is it, Vegemite? That thing y'all eat, that salty shit. You eat that before every single match. And I feel like Mozzie's an equivalent to like seeing a Sentry or an Ella. It's like they have potential, but like I don't expect anything crazy out of you. You're kind of just playing Mozzie because you kind of want to hack a drone here and there, but then you don't really know what to do with your drone, so you're kind of just on it a little bit too long. But yeah, you're kind of just like lurking around the map, hoping to find someone. You're a toxic motherfucker. You talk too much in game chat. You probably have the voice comm banned. Your name's in all lowercase, like 4-letter name probably, and you just crutch the SMG-12. Shotgun. Warden just pure frag. But yeah, you're just, I mean, at least you're fragging out for the somewhat. But like, I'm not gonna complain too much because like Warden mains usually frag out. They do their job. I don't really care what they do after that. But yeah, I feel like if you play Warden, you're guaranteed like you have a TikTok page. You have a TikTok page and you oversaturate the fuck out of it. Makes it look like I'm watching on LSD. But then you got some fucking like sped up like TikTok song on there with your 2Ks and 3K SMG-12 clips with you on your Chronos. And yeah, you're always champion for some reason. You're guaranteed champ. Play Warden. Goyo, you watch too much Mingo and maybe Skittles. They use Goyo a lot. Yeah, man, you're an aggressive player. There's no such thing as a passive player. You are aggressive. And you're gonna get 2 kills minimum. Well, my low key, you're kind of out of the way. You're just doing your job. You know, you're playing with my just for the team. Your magnets are always in pretty decent spots. But yeah, you're out of the way, man. You're a solid player. Oryx. Whew. Yes, they do win gunfights, but you're sprinting around the map too much. You're like trying to run a marathon around the map. Something just fell over in my apartment. I'm assuming it was the dishes in the dishwasher. It kind of sounded like someone just breached my house. I'm not gonna cap. It's all right. I've got Kapkan traps on my door. Anyways, well, yeah, Oryx, like, I don't have an issue with them, honestly. Oryx broke the wall. Okay. Malusi. I'm not gonna cap, bro. Like, your Malusis, you always put them too far in sight. Wait, I don't know. I feel like you're playing Malusi because you want to frag out, but you also want to be a good anchor on sight. You kind of help out with rotates, but I don't know. I feel like Malusis are also just out of the way, bro. Like, they just do their thing, bro. Aruni, dude, you either have atrocious aim or you're fucking killing the entire team with a DMR. I feel like you never really make rotates for the team. You never use the punch ability, but I don't know. You kind of like, you're like low-key a marksman. You kind of want to sit back and use the ACOG and kind of let him play into your gate. Thunderbird. Ooh. You don't really like Doc. You kind of feel bad for playing Doc, so you'd rather play T-Bird because you love the gun and you kind of like to pocket a Kona station when you're roaming for yourself. I don't know. Maybe you like the Thanos chin on her. But yeah, you're kind of, I don't know. I don't really see that many Thunderbird mains. So they're kind of like a trump card pick sometimes, but she's okay. Thorn. I mean, listen, I love Thorn, but I don't love the players that play her. I feel like a lot of the players that play Thorn, or I don't know, their Thorn spots are always like in the most like just bland area. There's above a doorway on site. I mean, that's okay sometimes, but like when it's like, I don't know. I just feel like nothing too crazy about them. They usually get their frags though. You're a sweaty motherfucker. You're sweaty. You're hitting Shaiko peaks. You're peeking up, down, crouch, left, prone, fucking upside down. You're hitting a twerk shot, bro. You're just, I don't know, you're a menace. You're holding down hella map control. You're guaranteed the top fragger of the lobby. I rarely ever see bad zombie players. Soulless. I don't really see too many Soulless players, but you watch a lot of Macy J, and you're always trying to deny. You're trying to like play for plant in a 5v4 in the first minute of the round. Guys, let him plant. Let him plant. I can deny plant from below, and then it just end up not killing them. But she has impacts now, which is awesome. Fenrir. You low-key just want to see the world burn. You're kind of mad that he's banned a lot, but when you do play him, you are like Dr. Doofenshmirtz plotting to take over the dry state area. But yeah, you like to play aggressive off your minds. Two-brow, you need more bullets is what you need. You're wearing the tightest pants ever and you're letting the recoil do the work. You need more protein, sir. You know. Yeah, I feel like I don't really see bad two-brow mains. You got a DMR, you got a C4, you're doing your job. You're just kind of playing to you're playing to win, bro, honestly. Scopos, sheesh. I really see Scopo mains, but you try to go for the flank of the Sentry, but your drone gets spotted in the prep phase and you're kind of sad. So you're kind of just left like a chicken nugget on site. You're a dirty clanker. True. And last, Denari. Fuck, man. You're still testing him out at this point. You don't really know what to do with him. You're just playing him to test him out. But he's also got a buff as well. I don't know. You're probably just making some Pro League strat that's like, you're probably not going to play him next round. You're like bored of him already. So chat, that is what my R6 main says about you. Let me know if I miss anything, or what you guys think about certain operators, and let me know in the comments below what your guys' operator is. But thank you guys for watching, and be sure to like the video.